and gentlemen, we are live. We are live. I'm back at it again, folks. It's Tuesday. It's a special Tuesday as we jump into NXT Roadblock here tonight. It's going to be a fun one, a stacked night ahead. Lots to talk about, lots to get into. Make sure you blow up that chat. We want to see triple digits hanging out with us tonight. It's going to be a fun one, folks. So strap in, strap on, grab your snacks, grab your feel good, and let's go. Ding, ding, ding. We are live and back at it again, folks. Like I said, this is Roadblock. We are the Wrestling for Life Network, and this is another live stream as we jump in and get to be your reaction to all the action here tonight. And it is jammed, packed, lots to talk about, lots to get into. Titles on the line. TNA is invaded. Is it only the beginning? Is there more? We'll find out tonight. But me and that pretty face have you for the next couple hours. And we can't wait to see what the night brings. Make sure you get in that chat. I hope everyone out there is happy, healthy, and safe. Click like, click share, click subscribe. Share this link with all your friends. Bring them to the Wrestling for Life Network. Bring them to the WFU as we rep the brand new vibe around in wrestling world. But I will remind everybody out there, I am Mr. Every Night KJ White, the Iron Man of YouTube. That is Big Nick.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the Wrestling for Life Network proudly brings to you its YouTube tag stream champions of the world, the Every Night Delight KJ White. I am Big Nick, and tonight, my guy, feels like Stand to Deliver Night 1 to NXT and A Worlds Collide a little bit more than just a regular Roadblock. I'm surprised this is just a regular Tuesday instead of a Saturday, but we've got like the Hardys are here, Moose versus Oba, title versus title with the women, all the things popping.
Yeah, again, like you said, the Hardys in the house, which is big news unto itself. The coaches from LFG are going to be here tonight. Of course, we have, like you said, Moose taking on Oba. Holy hell, that's a big enough announcement unto itself. But then you throw in, I mean, Jada's going to be here tonight. Street fight between Ethan Page and Javon. And then, of course, like you said, title versus title, two women, two of the best in the world, putting it on the line. And again, a very interesting, very intriguing story going into this one. Unexpected, I would say. But here we go. Stephanie taking on Julia. And who walks out of this building with two belts?
Right. Do you buy into the theory that Julia might be banged up? That is the rumor going around. That is the potential reason as to why this match is happening so soon, because it does feel soon.
Yeah, I think so. I think there has to be some validity to it. And the reason I believe that, like you said, I feel like there was no reason for Julia to be in this position. Stephanie gets the North American title. You imagine they'll build some story for her there. And then Julia would have to defend her world title. Something changed quick. And I don't know what it is, but I do believe that there might be some truth to Julia being a little banged up, because that, to me, on the surface, is the only thing that really makes sense. Like this idea that, they're not really happy with Julia, that doesn't play for me. So, yeah, there has to be something else at play here. Or, maybe they've decided it's time to move Julia up. They're not waiting any time. Like, we'll just move on. I don't know, but there's got to be a reason.
Yeah, and that's where I'm kind of with that. To me, unfortunately, would make the most sense because both women feel like they've just kind of won the titles, and you're going to move Julia up before you move Roxanne, because we still have Roxanne versus Jordynne Grace on the card. This card is that stacked that match is on here, and it's an afterthought almost.
And for me, it's almost like a number one contenders match, not officially, but it's a big deal. Yeah.
Absolutely, but that's why, because both women just won those titles. Like Stephanie just won the North American title.
Yep.
And now jumps right into title for title. Both, like, you leave with both titles. There's a reason why you're moving that fast on that story.
Yeah, it happened quick. It happened too quick. And again, it kind of goes against what they seem like they were up to. So yeah, like you, I kind of feel like there has to be more to the story. Yeah, injury could be a part of it. So this match as well could be very intriguing because if she is so banged up where they're going to take the title away and let her kind of heal up, how healthy is she tonight going into this one?
True. Or how do they at least pull it off that they write her off? Because even if she loses, if she was in good health, all of that doesn't get written off. She should want to get that title back, or at least that title back.
Yeah, you would assume so. I think at some point, unless she is on the way to the main roster, I know you have somebody like Io who's in the forefront right now. Damage control isn't what it used to be. Asuka still hasn't returned, which we're really surprised about. So it'd be really curious if maybe she is destined for the main roster sooner than we think.
That would be impressive. That would be a surprising leap, I would say. But real quick, before we got about 5-6 minutes, I think, before the show kicks off and before we say hi to chat and everything, do you have a favorite match going into tonight?
As far as anticipation goes?
Yes.
Oba Moose. I mean, Julia and Steph for sure, just because, again, two of the best in the world. I'm very intrigued by it. But Oba Moose, to me, I mean, it's marquee, it's main event, it's heavyweight. These are two big boys that are going to be swinging tonight.
And it shows that Oba can very much go at that kind of main event caliber level because Moose is a seasoned veteran. Oba, you still got to remember, he's what, 2 years into WWE, 2 years into wrestling?
Yeah, and less than that, I believe, into his NXT career. So, I mean, again, the guy's evolved in leaps and bounds. Your world champion, rightfully so. We're still at a loss of who may ever take that belt. He might be on that Oscar tip right now.
Right. And just for the sake of being different, I will say, and I saw a couple people in the chat say it too, of Hardys versus Fraxiom. Fraxiom has been the beacon, the surviving team, it feels, coming out of tag team wrestling in 2024, the only actual bright light in tag team wrestling. And them versus the Hardys is a matchup we've wanted to see for a while.
Yeah, it should be very intriguing. I mean, a hard one to call. We're going to ask for predictions on this one, and it's a hard one to predict because of the situation. Fraxiom up and coming, been the champions for a long while, the old hands in the Hardys. A very intriguing matchup with this one. Again, there's no lack of interest in a lot of what we're about to get here tonight, and there's still much to talk about. We got to talk about Raw. We got to talk about some other stuff. We might even talk about little Uncle Schmelzy and his stupid viewpoints on everything in life. A guy that really should just shut the front door. But with all that being said, we got about 4 minutes. Holy shit. So we're going to rapid fire through some of these. If I skip over your comment, you really want us to try and read it, don't forget the super chat, super stickers if you want to stand out. But Dazed Waves are the first one in the chat tonight. Can we stream Roadblock on Peacock? I don't think so. It's a regular show, so I don't know.
Yeah. No, it's just on CW. I checked. It's just on CW. Yeah, it's surprising. Again, that's why I'm surprised it's on a Tuesday instead of a Saturday.
Right, stacked. I mean, I like these specialty shows, but at least it feels special. It's not just a show with a title. I mean, this feels like an elevated show for sure. Eric, Damian, Clay Lewis is back with us. Jordynne, welcome back. Michael Spikes, I see you. Cherokee George, welcome. Kevin, Maddie, dun. Sin's with us. Good to see you as always. AD and AZ, welcome back. Roadblock, let's go. Christopher, feeling it, ready to go. Spaz, all the love, giving the shout outs. Let's go. Sin, we got you. Brandon Paul back in the house. Blue Will Sonic, let's go. Welcome. Christopher, we already got you. I hope you're doing well. Bum. Denisha Jerome is with us. Vance is back in the house. Good to see you. Valen, yes.
No, just real quick, because I saw it when you pulled it up, of just even the words Ricky Saint, and to think that we've still got Ricky Saint in the chamber on NXT, and he's not even on here tonight. That's just so crazy, the depth.
Oh, yeah. I mean, plenty of options. And then I know something we're probably going to get into tonight about positioning of people and how they've worked into stuff. So, Ricky, again, no rush to get him super involved. He's there. People are excited about him. And now he's got to make his move. Right now, they're just kind of, merging him into this group.
Right.
Jaden, welcome back. Good to see Blue Sonic. We got you. The champ is here. OG Dale in the house. How you doing? Mr. Noob, as always. I heard minor injuries and visa issues for Julia. Absolutely heard the same thing. So we will see. We will see. Which means she will circle back for a belt at some point.
Right.
Byron in the house. We'll get back to the bigger comment there, sir. Kyle, Ronnie, Roman, Swami, Samson. Dun, dun, dun. Ronan got you. AD got you. Wrestling Proud back with us. Good to see you. Trek, welcome back, sir. And Ronan with the final boss, Miko Sentimore. Now, a lot of people did talk about Miko showing up tonight as well. So that would be very interesting.
I think she announces her retirement, which, by the way, I saw you pull up Wrestling Proud's comment saying that my mic sounds weird. So I don't know. If anyone else can let me know if I sound weird, I don't know. You've had your cheap pain moment, so I'm just making sure.
We sound fine to me.
Fair enough. But yeah, no, I think Miko's probably just showing up, announcing her retirement. I would think she's kind of been on that vibe for a bit, that she's, closing it down.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's odd because she's not really been a mainstay of NXT. So I thought she was already retired. I'm not going to lie. So my bad.
There, I was with you there.
My bad. As ladies and gentlemen, we are about 20 seconds away from the start of the show. Nick and I are going to sync up. You can do the same if you want to play along at home. We have about 75 people with us right now. Make sure you take our link, be a friend, get all your friends over here. If you know anybody that likes wrestling or just likes to have a good time, bring them to the Wrestling for Life Network. We are not the IWC. We are the WFU. We are the wrestling friends you can't find in your real life. And we are set to go on this one, Nick.
Right. Absolutely.
Hi, Jose. Hi, Jordan. Hi, 316. What up?
Miro and Lana are back together, renewing their vows. Why?
Aw, love is in the air.
Right.
Listen, love finds a way, folks. It really does. Then.
Oh.
Now. Forever. We might be there. Together. All right. Nick and I are locked in, folks. You can do the same. I got the big W on my screen right now. Mm-hmm. Make sure you get in that chat. Don't be quiet. Don't be shy. Let us know what's on your wrestling mind. Let us know how you feel. What are you excited about? What in the wrestling world? What news? And again, we got some other things to talk about. We had a short pre-show today, so we will get into some of the things like what cage match was better.
Right. Real quick, Javon, Sub KJ, and Nick, do a certain North member show up tonight. The Walking Weapon. They make a lot of people wrong.
Yep. I root for shit like this now, not because I want to see anybody go to any particular company, though I do feel like Josh Alexander is not the greatest fit for AEW, to be honest. It just doesn't feel right for me. It does feel like oil and water, but I like when the reporters get out there and start like talking their shit, and then they get proved wrong time and time again. MCMG, one of the latest examples. So, we got Stephanie, but I will remind everybody they are live from New York again. So this one should be good to go.
And I believe sold out as well too. They're right by the garden there, the part of the extra part of the garden.
Yeah, the offshoot room.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are off and running. Wasting no time.
Yeah, not at all.
Wow.
So we're going to start off with a tag match. Hey, if you're not last, you're first.
I'm shocked, to be honest.
Right. Shout out Jason for becoming a member for 20 months. Shout out my guy. Love
20
it.
months.
Does Moose win tonight or at Stand and Deliver? Ooh. Do they run it back at Stand and Deliver?
If they run this back, I would say Moose tonight, Oba at Stand.
See, I'd almost do the reverse. If you're going to run it back, I'd almost do the reverse.
Yeah, I just don't imagine WWE will book their champion to lose to an outside champion at the main show. I don't see it happening.
But you think, though, that you're going to have Moose walk into Sacrifice this Friday as X Division champion and NXT World Champion.
Maybe. Why not?
Oh, but does that hurt
the
over?
Hardys.
The
crowd goes live.
Absolutely. How can you not with the Hardys? And this is it too. If the Hardys, this is a nice way for them to backdoor their way back into WWE. Right?
Yeah, we talked about that with a lot of the names and a lot of the former WWE talent, even some of the ones that were released, like even like Elijah, right? Like, is this his way of walking back through the door of ending up back in the dub? It's an interesting concept right now with these two companies working together. And we thought probably the Hardys and WWE was a ship that had sailed. Like, there was issues with Jeff. Jeff just walks out, not happy. Matt was one of the biggest pom-pom swinging AEW supporters ever.
Right.
And now here they are, full circle. So life is funny, folks.
Yeah, well, absolutely. And now I wish Anthony was in the chat or here. Maybe he'll pop up in the chat. But is this the first time TNA titles have been defended in WWE, if not at least NXT? Did Joe Hendry defend his world championship or defend anything on NXT?
I'm trying to think over the last little bit where any of those were titles. Did Jordynne defend hers? Jordynne might have defended the women's title when she first came over.
Maybe that might have been the only one. But we've got the NXT or the TNA tag titles on the line tonight. So theoretically, the Hardys get a win here, I would assume.
Right?
Anthony, let me know. Fact checker, let me know. Has a TNA title been defended in WWE before tonight?
Right. James and KC, good to see you. Good to see you. Ronan with all the deletes. Let's go. Great crowd, says Richard. Welcome back, Christopher. Hardys, Mega, good to see you. Odds, good to see you. Oh, what was that? Brandon got you already.
Anthony! Yes, Anthony answered. So you were right. Jordynne Grace defended the Knockouts title on NXT.
I'm amazed sometimes the vitamins allow me to recall some of that.
Yeah, the pages, sometimes the facts get stuck in the glue that holds the pages together.
Right, but we are off and running and delete. Fraxiom, Matt Hardy in the ring.
Yeah.
We're opening the show with the Hardys versus Fraxiom.
It's insane.
Let's see what
the chat folks, let us know who you got for this match. I'm taking the Hardys. I don't know if you gave an official pick.
Yeah, I'm going to go Hardys. Right now, it's like split. Oh, actually, a big leap up. But Hardys, 57%, Fraxiom, 38%, and nobody for 5.
Is it crazy, though, that how much the Hardys have been a tag team, how long they've been doing this, and what they've put their bodies through? They're the ones that are still going, could still actually have a great tag team match that we're still looking forward to in 2025.
You know what? And it's fun, especially with Jeff, right? We know what kind of daredevil Jeff has been. But again, being the tag team aficionados and going down in history as one of probably the top 5 tag teams of all time, it allows them to work this way. It allows them to tag in and out. They're not carrying a whole match. They're not out there trying to be Cope jumping off the top of cages. When they do it, it's in small pockets, and it's smart work.
Does the longevity help the case of the Hardys being the greatest tag team out of that group of Edge and Christian, the Dudley Boys, etc.?
Oh, for sure. I mean, I think the Dudley Boys have a great claim. Edge and Christian do too. But we got to remember, they split up. They never really got back together. They had a cup of tea, but then they kind of went their own way. You know, Christian goes to TNA, Edge retires. So they were a little more splintered, smaller run, good impact. But the Dudleys, again, with all the titles they won. But the Hardys, the fact that now here they are with one of the best, if not the best, in wrestling going right now.
Right, as Fraxiom his own tope. But yeah, and Edge and Christian, we're getting another tope. That man just pulled the Ricochet. Remember when Ricochet sit there and hit the moonsault over the rope over the rope to taunt Velveteen Dream? Fraser just did that.
Get the fuck out, moonsault! The Hardys getting hit from everything.
Yeah, well, the whole 3 minutes there was just literally tope, senton, moonsault. Right. It was just flips and tricks.
Fuck, the Hardys looking like they're at Pearl Harbor right now, getting bombed from the sky all day
Whoa.
long. Let's go.
Well, you're not American. You can, I guess, get away with that.
Well, I mean, it happened like a while ago.
Yeah.
I think we're over it, right? No, it's still
It's not. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert, didn't go well. I've seen the movie with Ben Affleck.
Too.
Right? I saw that movie with Ben Affleck.
Right, but I'm in picture in picture, and I was gonna say, with your point about like Edge and Christian, probably had the best collective singles careers out of those tag teams, because every other one, like Jeff was obviously the star compared to Matt, Bubba Bully the star compared to Devon, Christian and Edge both had a great run with that. Did you hear the story that they did the Christian cash in at Revolution everything just because they wanted to be done with it?
Yeah, I don't know where that came from or why anyone would say that out loud. Like, yeah, like, again, who told you that, Dave? And Dave's, again, we've beat Dave to death on this channel. We have a t-shirt that you can go buy right now if you don't like Dave Meltzer,
Right.
and you can let him know how you feel. But even, I saw a clip of him talking about the cage match last night. Well, there was just so many kickouts. Are you fucking kidding me, Dave? Dave, how much of a hypocrite are you going to be? How fucking dumb are you? Help me.
Well, we can swear right now at this point in the stream, right? You fucking hypocrite. Just
are you kidding me,
Dave? And again, I like that no one's seriously hurt, but Momo's coming out on crutches, Ospreay's significant lip, like great match, but everybody took their fucking lick out of that.
Yeah. But I said it. Oh, standing shooting star.
You go.
No, I mean, again, I said it going into the show, and I still stand by on business at the fact of it was both can be good, people. Both can be good.
100%. You both. We talked about this in the fattest kid possible way, the most vitamin way possible. It's like when you go to a buffet and everything, they got the same ice cream machine there as you got vanilla on one side, chocolate, and the twist in the middle. Twist is good. You can have both.
And they were both amazing. Absolutely amazing. I'm not taking anything away from Ospreay. Like, I think everybody did well. But Dave Meltzer continues to be the biggest creepy, gross son of a bitch I've ever seen. I think he has a man crush on these young men, and he can't help it. And I don't care, Dave, come find me. But it does. You come off like you have a schoolgirl crush on these.
But the way you're talking about him, I don't know if you want him to find you unless you're going to invite Chris Hansen.
Oh, Jesus Christ. But that's what it is. It feels like a man with a crush. It feels like he has romantic feelings for these men. And it's fucking weird.
Well, speaking of things that aren't weird, or at least a guy who used to be weird, I've got Matt Hardy and Nathan Frazier right now in the ring.
What's up, Chris? How you doing? Beautiful standing 7-year itch.
Yeah, see, no, you can't only. It's the 7-year itch when you do the kind of sideways shooting star, because Kidman's was never straight on. It was always like he just did it at an angle.
He was trying to be straight.
Whoa.
Jordynne doing one-arm push-ups. Jesus Christ.
She is fucking She-Hulk. It's fitting that her nickname, her moniker is the Juggernaut, because good God.
Hands down better cage match, Ospreay Fletcher. Yeah, I think overall, I think it was really good. I mean, again, better, probably.
Well, maybe I'll save the rest of that conversation for the next commercial break, because there was some thoughts as Jeff with a big in front face splash diver there to Axiom, but there was a lot of feelings about MSG on Raw last night and how that show really stacked up versus it might have just been the main event versus Revolution, which wasn't the main event.
It was a pretty light show. The MSG, side
effect.
And the crowd wasn't that into it. You got to impress the New York crowd. They're loud tonight. But it was a lot of hot fluff.
Yeah, well, I was going to say that feels like the reverse of Revolution, where the main event was the thing that kind of killed the show. But Raw, the only thing that really saved it was the main event. And that's the thing, is with it being an MSG show, you almost expect a lot more.
I did.
Yeah.
But and that's why I got the score that it did. Oh, twist of fate, neck breaker.
Oh, yeah.
Beautiful combo.
That man bumped like The Rock taking a stunner.
It was work. Hardy instantly throwing the hair over the bald spot.
Bigger bald spot, John Cena or Matt Hardy?
Oh, it's Johnny.
Well, Matt has more hair to cover it up with. He has the next.
Jeff going to the top. Oh shit!
Oh.
Matt into Jeff. Super kick.
Right.
Nathan,
are we going to get new TNA tag champs? Enziguri.
I'd be down. I want one of the belts to change companies. If you want me to buy in, as we are about to get a Spaniard fly, you heard me.
It's so Finigo. It's so well done.
Oh, look at that. Right in spot.
Right?
Jeff
that gets splash there. 1, 2. Matt shoves everybody into everybody.
Everybody down. Everyone down. We got a 2. Starting the night off with fire, folks.
Well, I never see when I see your Spanish fly.
Right? It's specifically a Spaniard
fly. That's what she said. Shit. Even in the joke, I messed it up. Ooh. This is still a hell of a match, and this is a way to get the crowd super into it. Fast, high-paced action right out the gate here.
Yep.
Now,
not even
women's title versus title main events tonight?
Yes, 100%.
Okay. Whisper in the wind.
Yeah, Boston, I don't agree with you, man. And people saying not even close, it's different. I was on the edge of my seat for the bulk of that Seth Rollins Punk match. Period. Again, if you're into the flips and tricks and the jumping around, excellent. If you're not, it wasn't your cup of tea. So again, different strokes. And I don't know why people feel the need to axe this down, but there was nothing wrong with Seth and Punk last night.
Both were good. It's literally personal preference.
Yeah.
As to which was better.
You know?
Because for everything that say you or I could like about the Ospreay Fletcher match, someone that's a big fan of the Punk Seth Rollins match could say, yeah, but to a lot of that.
Absolutely. Yeah, this idea that, well, I liked it, so great. If you liked it, that's cool. But then that's a different answer to a different question.
Right.
Oh, Fraxiom missing. But I would also
nothing. Twist of fate. Oh,
I would give the edge to Fletcher Ospreay overall, but it's just because it was a car crash. I liked it.
I would, because at that point with the momentum, it had just the natural momentum behind it, and it hit a right chord and everything. It felt like,
oh my god.
The faces, and not in the way they wanted. As Fraxiom circled by the Hardys.
Twist of fate. Axiom rolls out. Jeff Hardy's not sure where to go, but he figured it out.
But who's the legal man?
I think it's Jeff.
Right, but
Frazier
on the other team.
Frazier for
sure. Bomb.
It's over. 2, 3. Let's go.
Which, are you a 90s or early 2000s wrestling fan if you haven't attempted a swanton bomb?
You know what? I was never a high flyer of any kind.
I had a trampoline, so
I did not have a trampoline. I had a brother who treated the house like a trampoline, and he was the high flyer, the little guy that could go. I was not a high flyer.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I was happy to pull off a double axe handle.
Fair enough. Well, I always liked guys like Sean O'Hara that was a big motherfucker that could still hit a swanton clean.
Yeah, I didn't jump off a lot of shit. Never went well. Never went well. Great match. They retain. Let's go. Yeah, huge win for the Hardys. Hell of a match. Great energy to start the show. Absolutely fun. And Jada.
James Parker. Have to. It's like, I'd do that better for the fucking anthem, but yeah, James Parker.
Right.
Hey, Mickey! Oh, Mickey, you're so fun. You're not going to be on season 2 because Taker said so.
Taker's pissed. Taker is pissed at the fans. How
Why?
dare you? Well, because it's bullshit, right? Like, it's like everything else. The people just make shit up. But Taker had nothing to do with Mickie James being removed. And what people don't realize is Michelle was asked before Mickie in season 1. Michelle couldn't do it. Mickie stepped in. Now Mickie's stepping out. I think Mickey's going back to the ring, but that's just me. Look at the size of Jada compared to Mickie.
But that seems like Jada seems average size. I can say words for the main roster right now, or for the roster period.
Great start. That was a crouton bomb. They were saying. And it does not stop, folks. The action continues.
Yeah, no, hell of a way to start it off. Especially great match between the Hardys and Nathan Frazier and Axiom, and tells me I feel with that match, we're not done with that. That's not the last time that we'll see that match.
No, I mean, yeah, it leaves the door open, but a fun match again. And the interesting part of this is another example of Fraxiom crossing their wires, and we'll see what that means.
Yeah, well, who's more likely to split, or who splits faster? Waller and Theory, or Frazier and Axiom?
I would argue that there's nothing fast about this whole Waller Theory split bullshit happening. It's been the slowest breakup ever. Like, y'all are just toxic for each other. Move on.
Just break up already.
But going from the tag match to kick off the show, right away following it up with Jordynne Grace, Roxanne, Perez. That's what kind of night we're having. This should be a good match. Get your predictions in. Who you taking? Who you taking? Who you taking?
Absolutely. Who you got?
Jordynne. It's got to be Jordynne.
Yeah.
It's got to be Jordynne.
Like another Jordynne, anytime that they show up, you got to take Jordynne versus the competition. And Roxanne, you mentioned and said about earlier with Julia getting called up. I can't see Julia going up before Roxanne, and I'm not saying that she isn't exactly up right now, but she's still been in NXT. Both these women don't feel like they're long for the NXT roster.
Yeah, and I don't know if they look at it as linear as, like, because we've seen other people kind of, depending on where they feel that they can place people, like, we didn't think Ivy was going to get up before other people did, but there was a place for Ivy, right? If you feel like you have a landing spot for somebody, then that kind of helps them, right? Like, if there's a fit amongst Damage Control for Julia, maybe she does. Now, we already know that, like, do we see Bailey here tonight? And that's why Jordynne beats Roxanne?
Perhaps.
No, but we already know that Roxanne's in her process of kind of transitioning to the next level.
Right. Where was Chair had a good comment as I'm in commercial break. Straight up. I don't know about you, sir. But where did that rumor come from? That question mark. She didn't get replaced because of the Undertaker. Right. That rumor came from, I actually believe, our good old shindy Uncle Meltzer there.
Could have been.
Could have been, should have been, would have been, probably is. Yeah.
It's everybody that, again, these people that pretend to have sources. And it's not just Uncle Dave. Spiteful out there doing it, looking stupid all the time. I know places like Cultaholic and wrestling, you name it, insert blank there. That just all quote the other asshole that made shit up. That's their one source, is a guy like Meltzer, which is embarrassing for them. But nobody's talking to people inside these buildings. Like, nobody's walking out of a meeting. Like, everybody think big picture. Nick Aldis currently works with WWE. They're just gonna shag his wife and go, deal with it, Nick. No, like, there's a business, there's a relationship, there's an understanding. So again, like, any idea, and there has been no signs of issues amongst anybody. Like, these are people that are there to work, and they understand what's up. But again, people take the littlest of things. Oh, Michelle McCool's coming in, Mickey's mad. No, you didn't talk to anybody. You made that up. You guessed, but you won't admit it.
Is it because we get enough of a soap opera storytelling vibe on screen that we need it to continue backstage and everything? Like that Taker's all of a sudden, pulling the strings of he's like third in command on the WWE. Now, granted, wasn't Mickey the one that was fired and had her stuff sent to her in trash bags under the old regime? So under old regime though, but yes.
Yeah. Hardys would win 4 times. Let's go. Let's go. Mickey James. I'm glad the Hardy Boys retain. Fraxiom gets a good match out of anyone. They're great. They really have like I said, go back to 2024, Nick. Fraxiom versus so-and-so. Well, they're going to lose. Nope. Oh, Fraxiom versus whoever. Nope. Like, we kept expecting them to just lose. Like, we didn't expect them to be champion. And they just kept having really good goddamn matches.
I said it earlier. They were the beacon of hope for tag team wrestling coming out of 2024. They undeniably, across the board, any award, anything, any sort of wrestling source of information you follow said Fraxiom, Nathan Frazier, and Axiom was the best tag team in pro wrestling in 2024.
Absolutely. As we are back from commercial with the family, and Stax is not happy, Tony's here. Stax, you the underboss.
Stax looks more and more. The more I look at him, the more he looks like Patrick Mahomes.
Right. Clutch, 100%, my friend. 100%.
Yeah, to where he sits there and says in sources of close friends, and then turns around and deletes the tweet after everyone roasts him. That didn't happen now, did it, Dave?
Well, yeah, again, he is Chris Farley, right? That Veronica Vaughn. that WWE.
Tony Khan is one fine piece of ass.
Right? No, you didn't. Yeah, you're right. It didn't happen.
But I know a guy who, no you don't.
Shit. But that's it. And I don't mind Dave doing this. We do that. We guess, we surmise, we
don't come on, we don't try and portray a journalist.
We don't source it. We don't say somebody close to the company said.
Right. Someone close to me said it's just my own asshole. Like, what are we doing out here? Dave is out there. Well, if rating it 5 stars is cool, consider me Miles Dave.
But we got Roxanne Perez.
And I like that they're integrating the 2K25 entrances into the actual entrances. They're really pushing this game.
Right. Mr. Noob had a really good question, and it's something we really should talk about. And we have talked in varying degrees. But Mr. Noob said, why do, the crowd not seem to get into, and I'm paraphrasing here because I can't find it, but not really get into the women's matches outside of like the main ladies. And this is something, and AEW and WWE are struggling with this at times, where you see this online, and it does tell you that the fan base online is 5%, 4%. It's a small pocket because you see this groundswell online of, give the women a chance and we need more women. Then you book them and the crowd doesn't make a sound. The crowd's bored. The crowd says bathroom break. You can't ask for it and then not embrace it when you get it. And that's been a bit of an issue. Now, I would say NXT and WWE to a degree. I mean, this match, non-title, but people are jazzed to see Roxanne Jordynne.
That's the thing, though, to me, and that's the biggest statement when it comes to a match like this. It's become rarefied air, I feel, to see a match that's not for a title, that's actually well received, that's actually pushed well, has a credible story. And this is kind of fast-paced booked. This is just, the talent that Roxanne Perez is, the talent that Jordynne Grace is. Right. The quality of storylining, the quality of momentum and push and character work for talent that aren't in the title pictures, I think is more the big issue for the way women's wrestling's perceived. Right. Because we'll pop for it, but that's we watch all the wrestling. Your casual fan, your regular WWE attendee, what have you, who's there just because it's in his hometown, may not know who Azaria is, may not be the biggest Zolrinka fan. But by the time they leave that show, they will be.
Jordynne grabbing the knee. Roxanne following her down now, working that leg.
Now, is Jordynne doing Buzz Lightyear gear or
100% was saying that the whole time you were talking. I'm like, to infinity.
Well, I was like, I don't know which one it is. It's a little She-Hulk. It's a little, who's Woody here?
I think Ovi gets a goal tonight. Could happen. It could happen. He's getting close.
Well, and think about though too that the last time we saw Jordynne was when she faced Jade, and Jade had the unfortunate mishap of the match had to get stopped out of nowhere, very awkward situation. But Jordynne's still getting a big reaction because she's built as a star.
Right.
Build your division beyond your title holders is, to me, what needs to happen. And NXT has been the best example of that. And I would put NXT, TNA, and then sort out the Laudia.
Yeah. And again, the only downfall for TNA was they've lost a lot of talent, so they're rebuilding. They're working on some shit. So I mean, Masha with the belt helps. But again, you got to make the stuff that the women are doing matter. And 8 minutes every Wednesday is not enough. You need more than that. You have to have the right people, and if the fans are behind somebody, you got to book them. But ultimately, I feel the fans are guilty of demanding shit and then not wanting it when they get it. It's disappointing.
Oh, Kata Hajime. The Coquina clutch there.
Oh, what a move. What a counter.
Well, I mean, think about it. Her husband's the goddamn octopus Jonathan Gresham. Could we see him in NXT?
I don't know. I'm torn with Jonathan Gresham.
He was so much, went to AEW, became not so much, and then I feel like has still not been able to recover from that. Like, he was with TNA for a little bit, and then he wasn't. Like, he is the guy that I think, really, you put him in NXT, you make him NXT's Daniel Bryan. He's your super technical guy. He's your fucking Taz. He will choke anybody out. That's why he's a goddamn octopus. When they started doing the mask and the black ink shit, and you know, we're having to test everything, that's when it got too weird.
I just don't see it. I think he's a great technical wrestler. Did some good stuff in Ring of Honor. Very boring gentleman, though. And super nice guy, but very boring. Boring as shit. That's why
I will wave the flag, even if it might be over his head. I will wave the flag for Jonathan Gresham.
Yeah, I just don't know. Like, okay, so he comes into NXT again. Maybe he has I mean, it's hard for me because I've seen him fight guys like Moose, where he's the size of Moose's leg, and it just, sorry, bro. I mean, I don't know what to tell you.
You need to get back to that Ring of Honor version with him. Like I said, I think there's potential there. It's when he goes, it was Kushida's testing, the black ink from him with the goddamn mask, and he just went so far off base of being that super serious, technical, I will stretch you, being that, like I said, a Taz, a William Regal. Not saying he's got to be a world champ, but he can be in there. He just is that technical, I will stretch you the fuck out of you. A Pete Dunne, if you will.
Yeah. But even Dunn's having trouble, like, really. Where does Dunn go? I think Dunn's hit a ceiling.
Dunn might be done.
Well, he'll be around. He's a smart guy doing stuff in the back. But there's a ceiling. There really is a ceiling, unfortunately. It's an aesthetic business. What can we do?
Do you not bring him in just out of the mind then? You're going to be hard pressed to throw me off the scent of Jonathan Gresham.
Yeah, no, I don't know that he's I don't know that about him. Like, I think he's, again, I think he's, wow, gets into the muscle buster. Yeah, I just don't feel it, man. I like the gimmick. I like the release the Kraken vibe that he had. He had some really good matches. Him and Jay Lethal, the last match of Ring of Honor, I thought was fucking phenomenal. I don't dislike. There's nowhere to go with him. I've seen him in TNA. I've seen him in AEW. He's just, okay, you do some moves, but again, I think he's like 30 years late for that style of wrestling.
Fair, I'll give you that. Like I said, I'm just out here. I'm throwing up a beacon. I guess my Gresham is my Wendy Choo to you.
No, not even. I don't have that much. Not exactly.
Not that vitriol of a hate.
Yeah, I don't. It doesn't run that deep. I'm more indifferent with Jonathan.
It's like Buzz Mardi Gras, says Lady B.
I like that.
The Hornswoggle division. Be nice to Jonathan.
Yeah, as I said,
it's not his fault. He was born short.
No, I get it, and I mean, dude, like, I mean, it's not like I'm over 6 foot, but
Yeah.
I'm also not trying to, be in pro wrestling. I'm trying to talk about it. If I was 6 foot, maybe I'd be in the ring.
Well, what you trying to say about me? I'm over 6 foot and I ain't in the
You should
ring.
have wrestled.
No,
Everybody,
because then we got guys like 6'12", big trouble Ben Bishop out there that make my ass look pequeño.
Well, at least you're to his chest. I'd be looking square into his junk.
You just hi.
Get that off.
You're eating that MJF. Just get your shit all up off my head, bro.
As Roxanne is all over Jordynne, folks.
It's still crazy. Like, this is, if there was anything else on this card, this would be like a main event level match. It's just that the card runs that deep that we're getting main events on main events on main events. And I'm not talking about not on television main events from WWE.
Right. No, I mean, hell of a match. I mean, both women are showing up and showing out. Talked about the technical side of things with Gresham, while Jordynne and Roxanne showing a lot. Oh, what the fuck was that?
Whoa.
Holy shit. She just yard sailed that lady. Bye. Let's go. Show's been good. One match so far. The Hardys retain their titles in a great match with Fraxiom. We followed up with Jordynne Grace and Roxanne Perez, who are, for all money, delivering.
Right. Just saying we can do better. Why?
We can do what?
Who do better? Kevin Sullivan and Bill Dundee were both well under 6 foot. Sullivan, my son.
There's a lot of wrestlers that have been under 6 foot. I'm just saying.
Muggsy Bogues out here, and
right?
Showing up. Nate Robinson ain't winning no dunk contest out here.
Ray. I mean, there's a lot of wrestlers under 6 foot. I'm just saying.
I feel like Ray's probably actually like 6 foot. Just everyone else is like 6'8".
Right. Oh, powerbomb.
Oh.
Hell of a match. Jordynne Grace showing you why it was such a big deal for her to join NXT. And Roxanne continues to be Roxanne. Shows up and shows out. Oba putting on the beads. Our second of 3. So, yeah, they can all but confirm that Oba and Moose will be before the main event.
And it makes the most sense of everything. You have title versus title. I get it's the NXT world title, but you have title for title on the line. And that really needs to take precedent, I feel.
Yeah, for sure. And they emphasize the women.
Right. Well, you've got your mid-card title versus your world card title. It's the women's version of Hogan Warrior type thing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so got her up top on her shoulders here. Rolls out of the Death Valley Driver.
Traking and driving. That's what that was. That's funny as shit. Drake and drive responsibly, folks.
Oh, boy.
Oh! Wow.
If you would have hit that right into a crossface, it would have been amazing.
Right? Big smash.
Yeah. And just leaped like a motherfucker.
Roxanne Perez is a star. An absolute star. There's the crossface you were hoping for. And now fish hook.
Yeah, and well, the thing about it, she's a star at all of barely in her early 20s here. She's a star at this level and still has like another 10 years in her prime.
Right. Trek, I completely relate to this comment in every way, shape, or form, except slightly more than 5'8". So, but I definitely feel you. I definitely feel you on the rest of that. There's nothing wrong with it.
Fair enough. Wifey's 5'6", and I'm the fucking
yeah.
Yeah, she's giving me the raspberries, but Penta driver. 1, 2, 3. Jordynne wins.
Jordynne Grace with the pin. What a match. It's good, man. Nothing wrong with climbing a big tree.
George of the jungle. But I'm going to watch out for that tree, and I'll be right back here, sir.
All right, Nick taking a pause for the cause, and we are rolling along. But Jordynne Grace, Roxanne Perez tear down the building in this one. 0-2, Jose not doing well. He's under the Drake influence. That's the problem. But 2-0, Grace wins. What's up, KJ and Nick? How you doing, wrestling? God. Big win. Big match, clean. No outside interference. Just Jordynne straight up takes out one of the best in the company. Back to Raw. Exactly. Put Jordynne over. Give her the rub. Great match, says Steven. Welcome back, sir. I'm 5'11", and I'm going to marry a woman 5'5". Now we're all talking about, but congratulations, sir. And again, yes, very common. But yeah, no, it's not the case for me. I got to look up a little, just a little. It's almost neck and neck. The wrong person won. Holy shit, 316. You don't like anything. The wrong person won. Yes, the rising star Jordynne Grace shouldn't get wins. I agree with you. You're fucking bang on, buddy. You should be booking as The Undertaker. Staring down Oba. What does Mark have to say? I'm impressed. Okay. Maybe he has a point. He might. I don't know. He just doesn't like anything. Why do people watch wrestling if they hate it all? Like, what do you like? I'm telling you right now, if I tuned in every show and I hated everything that happened, we would be doing hockey live streams instead of this. Like, why? As right now, I am getting Paul Heyman, Roman Reigns, and a 2K commercial. What did you guys think about that last night, by the way? How did that look last night? Cage match. Roman looks up after stomping Seth, and there's Paul Heyman playing Cuddle Buddy with CM Punk. The twists. Oba versus Moose is next, folks. So I will put that in the chat, being that I hadn't taken down Jordynne yet. But yeah, let's get in there. Let me know how you're feeling. Let me know what you like. Who you taking. And I will remind everybody, we are back tomorrow. The Fallout from Revolution. It should be a hell of a show. We're looking forward to that one, as I will add nobody to the options. But the poll is up. But yeah, tomorrow night we are back for Dynamite. It's going to be a fun one. I will take a second to remind everybody, we are doing a March Madness Bracket Buster contest. You can win some swag. You can win some Wrestling for Life stuff. If you want to enter, the only way you can enter is if you DM the channel on Instagram. You send us a DM. We'll work it out with you. We'll send you your bracket. You fill out the bracket. You send it back to us. So that is the only way to enter. Don't DM Nick. Don't DM me. Don't DM Anthony. Don't go to Twitter. DM on Instagram if you want to fill out your March Madness bracket and an opportunity to win some stuff. So be there for that. It's going to be a fun one. I believe the deadline, the official final deadline is Sunday. You have till Friday to let me know that you want to be in, and you have till Sunday to get your picks completed. So that's how we're going to roll it. Have a little bit of fun on the side. Nick and I are going to fill out brackets as well, just for shits and giggles, and it should be a good time. So be a part of the contest. Your chance to win some fun stuff. I haven't fully decided what we're going to give you yet, but we're working on it. As I mentioned, tomorrow we got Dynamite. Friday, actually, we'll do this. Thursday, 7:45 p.m., we are going to be here live. We are going to be here live for TNA. Anthony, Nick, we're going to take you through it. It's going to be a fun night. On Thursday, we're actually covering TNA again. We're trying to cover more TNA. You guys have to let us know out there by showing up. If you want those Thursday TNA shows, You got to be here. You got to support the channel. You got to support TNA. We've been using Thursdays for some original content, sprinkling in TNA. The last couple TNA shows we've done have done well, so we're trying to get back into it. Plus, we have Anthony's TNA review. Nobody covers TNA better than Anthony out there. Friday. Everybody get a pen and paper. Friday, 1:45 p.m. We will be live for SmackDown from Barcelona. We go live when they go live. It's going to be a hell of a show. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to get into it. And then Friday night, TNA Sacrifice. So a doubleheader Friday from the Wrestling for Life Network. We will be here for Sacrifice. We will be here when it goes live. If you guys can't see SmackDown during the day, you can always bring us up and watch the replay of the live stream during SmackDown as well. But it's a busy week, busy times. We are heading towards WrestleMania. We are heading towards so much content. So make sure you be a friend, tell a friend, like, share, subscribe. We are clipping past 6.5, and we're heading towards our next milestone. We want to see 10K because Nick and I said we get tattoos at 10K. So 10K, you let everybody you know join the WFU, join the Wrestling for Life Network, be a part of the Wrestling Utopia, the place that every opinion is welcome, every thought is welcomed. We might yell at you from time to time, but as long as you keep it respectful, everybody, unbiased, unscripted, uncensored, we can't wait to see what the rest of this year brings. Barcelona! Wow, I don't know how that came out. But we are back to the action, back to the arena, packed building in MSG tonight. I love Roxanne Perez, but Jordynne Gray's time is now. Exactly. And again, Roxanne gives her, like we know what Roxanne means to NXT. Former champion, big deal. Roxanne's moving on. So you put Jordynne over. KJ with the Broadway voice, right? I didn't even know I could do that. We yell at each other. Never. Bruno Mars wants to see 24K Magic in the air. Well, I heard he's still working off some debt, so maybe, he needs all the magic he can get. But earlier today, as we are talking about Eddie Thorpe, Trick Williams going underground next week, I think Trick just said, fuck Eddie. Low key, do you have you do have there you go. A voice for radio, a voice for Broadway, face for radio. It's all good. It's all good. The Shield 2.0 on hiatus. Where are they at? Well, they're not really on a hiatus, Richard. Right now, they are working through some things. And it has been kind of a quiet point for the Bloodline thing. As long as the Bloodline has been going, it's tapered off. Roman's kind of on his own path a little bit right now. But I do believe we're setting up Solo Jacob. I had said when we did kind of our year, wow, here comes Moose. Who cares what I was saying? Moose is on the screen. Moose, the voice of reason. Not always. The Moose is on the loose. Banger match. Let's go. But yeah, Solo and Jacob, WrestleMania. I didn't think they were going to do it so quick, but it looks like they might be doing it. How long do you think Cora Jade will be out with the concussion? She is able to compete versus Masha. As far as I know right now, Damian, Sacrifice has not been changed at all. The anticipation is she will be okay. I do believe WWE, like most contact sports out there, has a concussion protocol. So as long as she clears the cobwebs, she's not feeling any headaches, she can exert herself, she should be fine for Friday. I haven't heard anything to the contrary yet, and I'm glad. I know a lot of people got really quick. It's her knee. She's injury prone. Give up on her. Write her off. Go be a barista. But she bumped her head, guys. It happens. So we go from Moose to home. Wrestling fans are so easily amused. As here comes Oba Femi. I do really appreciate Oba's strut. Oba's strut is pretty dope. Let's go. KJ, who you got winning? Moose or Oba? Oba. Oh. I think there might be more at play here, but I'm gonna go Oba. Because if Moose wins, I'll be surprised. I'll put it that way. The ruler. She might be 100% clutch, 100%. And again, that would be expected, right? I mean, again, you can feel the effects of a concussion extended period of time, so she will have to kind of be okay, pass some tests, make sure her brain can withstand exerting herself. No bread, no water, just meat. Blue, I like it. We are gonna get all the meat we need. Pause. Coming up right now. Moose with the stare down. Oba with the stare down. I kind of want Moose to win. I'm not going to lie. I'm kind of like, I don't think he's going to, but I kind of want him to. And then you make the rematch for Stand and Deliver where Oba goes over on the bigger stage. But shock the world. I want to see. I know we talk, and Nick and I have had nothing but good praise for the relationship between WWE and TNA. But if you really want to impress me, I want to see a belt change. I want somebody to get their hands on somebody else's belt. Yes. You don't know me, MDB. Get out of here. Oba will beat Moose. I call it.
What did you call me? And hopefully my mic is not sounding like my webcam mic. I know you can't hear it, but for anyone else out there that can, the missus was letting me know if it sounded like the webcam was picking up my audio instead of my actual mic and everything. Listen. So, yeah, trust me, we're live. We've been live for almost 14 days in a row now at this point, my guys. So, absolutely. Things are about to happen.
I did half a show on Wednesday just T-paining it out. So trust me.
But that sounds a lot cooler than sounding like you're from 2016 and everything.
People tuning in like, is this guy doing this on purpose?
Right. Like, what kind of production do these fuckers have and everything? But yeah, I'm missing Oba versus Moose here and just eye to king eye.
The crowd is on their feet. Big fight feel. 79% of the chat taking Oba, 16 taking Moose, and 5 taking nobody. This is kind of why I want Moose to win. I don't think he's going to, but I want him to.
Right. And yes, I see everyone putting over KJ Autotune, KJ T-Pain, but let me know if I actually sound okay, because I don't know until we watch. I know you don't.
You sound good to me. You sounded a little echoey earlier, but other people were clearly picking up different than I was.
Fair enough. So that's why I'm just making sure. But yes, this is big beefy boys slapping meat. This is Clash of the Titans out here. This King Kong versus Godzilla. All gas, no brakes with it. Straight off the scale with it.
This is where Nick and I point out that we refuse to wear headphones while we're doing this. We don't want to hear.
I can't hear myself ever. No, 100%. No, that will never be a thing.
I'll risk it.
I will risk it for the biscuit.
What does Moose's pants say?
Moose?
Moose? Oh, he's up and ready. Oh, Oba's face.
Oh, fuck.
Let's go. Yeah, I think his pants say the system. I could be wrong. I could make that up. The auto-tune was hilarious.
Oh, Oba just smacked the sugar honey iced tea out of this man. That was aggressive, offensive, disrespectful.
Wow, pump kick. So
but
this is just all hard
versus somebody his size, which we haven't seen.
No, I mean, again, we put him in a handicap match just so it was reasonable that he could lose.
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna believe it unless we give him 2 men to fight.
Exactly.
But Moose down, Oba up, and we go to commercial.
And it sounds like the Canadian highway.
We, again, not where I live, but we do have parts of the country that where I used to live, where you get a morning moose update as part of your traffic report.
Oh, we don't have that, but we do. There's plenty of places by me, and because I live in New England, New Hampshire, Vermont, Maine, etc. You'll get, moose road signs and everything. Avoid moose.
No, it'll be like, going down the Trans-Canada, keep an eye out around St. John's, as there's 2 moose on the loose running on the shoulder, and you're like, fuck.
Now you don't know if they're talking about the actual animal or just Canadians.
Right. Well, there you go. And again, you don't realize how large and terrifying a moose is until you see one close.
Yep.
You're like, it's just Bullwinkle.
No, those things don't fuck around. I learned it from the Mythbusters episode. So where that thing, its grundle is at your hood.
Well, that's the most common thing is people hit them and the moose goes through their windshield, taking them out.
Yeah.
9 times out of 10, what happens? But enough of the National Geographic conversation. Great choke slam. But Oba going for the pin. I know you don't have it. Grundle.
Yeah, no, I got picture in picture.
Oh, you got picture in picture. Okay. So,
yeah, CW actually does right.
I like it. Watch out for the meese. The mooses.
Yeah. Is it moose? Mooses or meese? What is the plural of moose?
Moose.
Yeah, just moose.
Look at all the moose.
More moose.
The gooses and the mooses all hanging out.
Facts.
Great.
Hobo versus Wardlow. Well, there was did you hear the talk of Wardlow was backstage at Revolution? Oh, we don't know if they're going to use him. Well, I think we all fucking know they're not going to use him because they haven't and they didn't.
Right. Oh, Moose going for a pile driver, maybe?
Nah. Over trying to get him up.
What a
jump and drop kick.
What a drop kick.
Well, and hits it clean for a guy that size, that length, and everything.
Right. As I will remind everybody, we are on Twitch as well. Up to 45 Twitchers. So thank you very much, folks.
Right. We need 5 more. We hit that first initial goal that we've set of 50 Twitchers.
Right. 178 likes on tonight's stream as well. The likes have been going through the roof. We can't thank you enough for that.
Yeah, do it. You need to do it.
Right.
100%. Spread the good gospel of wrestling. At this point, you're just being a bad friend. You're doing your friends a disservice if you're not spreading the good gospel of wrestling out there.
Right.
A lot of people do this live stream stuff. Will pretend they do this live stream stuff. Not a lot of people do it like we do.
Right. If you hit a moose on the while you're driving, you don't need to drive.
No, sometimes that shit pop up. Trust me. You end up. We deal with it more with like deer.
Yeah, but same thing. Sometimes they just come running out, especially the young ones. And what they've actually done in a lot of parts here is they've actually, which is terrible, but they shaved the trees back, so there's more visual of the animals coming out of the woods. But
yeah.
especially on the East Coast here, like it's so foggy. Sometimes you don't see it until you see it. Like, oh
yeah,
shit.
well, the snow, it gets that dark. And I mean, think about it, folks. Everybody's dealt with a squirrel of the road. And you would run away from the fast-moving vehicle. And instead they run towards it. That's the thing. It's the nature of the beast, not trying to sit there and play traffic cop or anything. But yeah.
This poor man has spawned a whole moose conversation. Well, and you can't stop. Like a lot of people hit their brakes, but moose charge. They don't like the headlights. So you can't stop. You got to slow down and avoid. You can't stop or they will run at you.
And those fuckers are aggressive.
Oh,
it's always cool to sit there and again go all Nat Geo and everything, Planet Earth and all of that. So if you watch 2 bull and moose go at it.
Right. Miro and CJ renewed their vows. Yeah, part of me, like, I don't, again, congratulations. I know our channel, we don't go too deep into people's personal lives. We're just, doing our best to keep ours all together. Yeah, if they're back together, congratulations. Damien asked about them coming back to WWE as like a package deal. I don't know because it's an interesting one. They would come into a big pop, but like is Miro at that point? Like, does Miro come in and be an impact player? What do you really do with Miro with all the shit that is going on with WWE?
I will say this, and this is my opinion, not the channel's opinion. Since like the past like 5 to 6, maybe 7 years.
Oh, that was ugly.
Yo!
That was ugly. Oh, oh, okay, I got it.
Yeah, he countered it. He hit an uppercut there. 2 count. So Moose goes for a dive. Ova hits the uppercut and catches him midway through. Death Belly Driver.
No, that was an attitude adjustment.
Fair enough. Do. But I don't give a rat's ass about Miro's personal life, CJ Perry's personal life. I don't care about them anymore in wrestling.
Oh.
Honestly, I'm a little that way even with Mandy Rose, personally. I don't like Lacey Evans. I don't care anymore. I don't care.
No, I'm with
you. There's
you.
Enough good shit going on. I don't have time in my brain, time in my day, space in my brain, time in my day to give a rat's ass about any of that anymore.
Yeah, I mean, again, good talking points at times, but again, we don't dive too far. We tend to avoid the personal and the political here at this channel. We're here for the fun of this.
Right. Well, I mentioned Moose, who's wrestling, and sparked a great Moose debate out here. So
yeah. Cena chance. Moose setting up Oba. What is this going to be?
Superplex?
Because he did an attitude adjustment, Chris.
Yeah.
Superplex and rolls.
He rolls through. And he has a fucking and Oba counters.
Moose is like, I got him. Oba says,
how? Even Vic Joseph, how?
Look at this. And Moose sells the reaction here on the roll through. Like, no.
Oh,
awesome.
Yeah. But this is Clash of the Titans. Again, on a lot of these matchups, I feel like you said for the longest time, even could say after the steel cage match we saw on Monday, it's not the last time we see those two together.
No, not at all. And I don't think this, like I said, I don't think they're going to do because of what's happening in the main event, but I could really see Moose winning this belt. Meat Madness. I love it. And the crowd with everything. Every punch they're oohing on.
Because this is a heavyweight bout. This is 100% when watching UFC, watching all of that. Alba says, bring it, bitch.
Alba with the limbo into the clothesline.
That's just such a badass talk. I want someone, especially on the Buffalo Bills, when you get a sack this year, hit the Oba, the kid taunt there.
Oh, shit.
Power 1, 2. Go. But this feels like a heavyweight belt. This is, remember when like Brock would fight in the UFC and you saw the heavyweight division move to bigger guys to accommodate that. Mm-hmm. This is what it feels like. Of Oba's your world champ, so you need bigger guys that can be similar stature.
Right. Venue's beautiful. It absolutely is. Well lit. I like the look at the back. Again, good energy in the building. Better energy for this than there was for Raw last night.
Well, it's a better stacked show of
rude. Oh. Fucking rude. Oba says out.
And then collapses though.
Gives him the Uncle Phil treatment. Out of here, Jazzy.
DJ Jazzy Jeff. Yeah. How come you don't want me, man? But Monday Night Raw, if it wasn't an MSG, wouldn't get the backlash that it got.
I disagree. I think it was still an average Raw. Like, and again, I think what's happening to the fans right now is we're spoiled. So when there is an average Raw, we're like, oh my God. That was 2 weeks ago when they had an okay Raw. Next thing the stories come out, the build to WrestleMania has been shit.
We need Dwayne to save WrestleMania.
What?
We need Dwayne to save WrestleMania.
Yeah, like, I mean, again, it's both men and back in the floor. Who are those two guys?
Into the ring post goes over.
Did these guys win a contest? Did it sit like, oh shit?
Oh, to the table! Rock
The
bottom!
table
Loose
broke that
bottom!
time?
Loose bottom!
The unbreakable table disintegrates.
Well, no, that's only on SmackDowns and Raws that it's the unbreakable table.
Moose sliding over back into the ring. What a match.
Right?
Not
Yes.
today.
Right. And yeah, no.
Spear, he's going to do it.
1, 2, 2 count, 2 count, 2 count. You shut your mouth. You shut your mouth.
Let's fucking go.
You put some respect on the ruler's name. Yeah, I say no to Miro and CJ, but Jonathan Gresham, I don't say I'd die on that hill, but I feel strongly. I feel a lot more strongly about that hill. I will defend that hill versus Miro and CJ.
Yeah, I'd take Miro and CJ over Gresham 9 times out of 9.
You take him 10 out of 9.
Powerbomb! Oh, but just falls on Miro.
1, 2, 3. Let's go.
Amazing.
Clash of the Titans. Great match. So far, not a bad match tonight.
What a match on a Tuesday for no reason, just because we love you.
Got the stream going up on a Tuesday.
It's crazy. Obafemi. That pop-up powerbomb, man. Sorry,
it's such
KO.
a good move for him, a guy of his size, to have, because it shows how forceful he is. If he's got where he pretty much half of his offense is fucking tossing people.
Like, I love you, KO, but this man's got that lock on that one.
Give him the pounce and the pop-up power bomb, and they're still just eyeing each other like, you almost had me, bro. This is Paul Walker, Vin Diesel.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna message you. I'm just gonna tell you out loud. I'm gonna take a pause.
Yeah, you do that. As I've got Zion.
I don't need to message.
Yeah.
As I do like
Lucas, the matching Zumbas.
Right. I do like Saruka. Oh, they're throwing axes. This is gonna be hilarious.
It's a rage room. No, they're hitting glass bottles with baseball bats. This is very much, it's Kane and RVD a bit is what it's one of those rage rooms of sometimes you just got to let that out and just break shit.
Well,
you got a Limp Bizkit. Just give me something to break. Sorry.
Well, I'm going to break officially.
Yeah. There you go. As KJ's taking a pause for the causes, again, I'm getting Ruka and Zari out here just batting practice and rage room breaking bottles and everything. But yes. Already NXT Roadblock. We're a little past an hour through it. And it's, again, straight 2 hours. It's a regular, Tuesday, which is surprising a bit to me. But already top tier show. And again, I said it from Sunday through Monday, all of that, of just getting spoiled with all the good wrestling at this point. This show is absolutely stacked. Ricky Saints interrupting Fatal Influence and Ava. What is up with the big red jacket, my guy? But yes, Ricky Saints, great pay-per-view as far. That's the thing, is it's not even a pay-per-view. It's not even a PLE. Oh, we're gonna get Ricky Saints versus Ridge Holland. I mean, again, are we getting Saints? We're introducing him this way. We're not gonna jump him straight into the fold. We're gonna have him get through a couple people. Oh, as we got Ethan Page and Saints face to face. Internet trolls will run wild with this, but Ethan Page and Saints face to face. So we're getting a street fight up next. So we're gonna get the New York City street fight between Ethan Page and Javon Evans, I assume, followed by winner takes all, title for title, Julia versus Stephanie Vacour, NXT Women's Championship and NXT Women's North American title on the line. Because, that's all we got left, folks. Hell of a show already, and especially we got an hour left to get through all this. So it's going to be good moving and grooving. Let me know, folks, who you taking for this match. We've got Ethan Page or Javon. Oba versus Moose running back. They very much could. Ethan Page next. Yes. Oh, ego. Street fight should be good. Should be. If Ava starts wrestling, she could use the buck teeth lariat. No, because then Hangman would say that, you know, he gave his moveset to somebody else. As we're getting the LFG hype up here. So Punk's going to be on the LFG. And by the way, for anyone that's like, oh, LFG's very clearly got some, you know, some scripting and a narrative a bit to it. What reality show doesn't, folks? But anyways, as I'm in commercial break, as we're about to get the street fight between Javon Evans and Ethan Page, let me know who you're taking for that, folks. And again, if you haven't already, hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Be a friend, tell a friend. No other channel out there is doing it like we do and at the pace we're doing it. And especially is going to be here live when WWE's out there in Barcelona and Brussels and everything like that. We'll be here live for it. So even if you watch it back after the fact and everything, Jack, you can still watch along with us, still sync us up, everything. And we're even doing double duty on Friday duty. Because Friday SmackDown Barcelona is going to be 2-3 o'clock, I believe, in the afternoon. And then we'll be back here for TNA Sacrifice. We got a 33.3% chance. But yes, no, 100%. We got Sacrifice. We got Moose versus Jeff Hardy. 100%. We're getting very much the second dose of NXT with that show. Javon wins. Ethan for the win. We know Ethan Page can't win again because the jumpy jump guy. Huh? Are you just calling Javon the jumpy jump guy? I mean, I think the man's way more talented than just to call him the jumpy jump guy. Trust me. Nick World Series rematch, Yankees, Dodgers, May 30th through June 1st. Fair enough. Well, let's get Garrett Cole actually back on the fucking active roster and we'll talk. But right now, I'm paying attention to the Bills free agency and what moves they're not doing that they should be doing. OG is young. He can take the loss. He's taken a lot of losses already, though, to Ethan. I think he gets the win here, and it ends the feud. We move along of could Ethan be another guy, be a person that's up towards the main roster? Did anyone else see the Twitter accounts that were out there saying, well, Ethan could be the next Dwayne guy because, you know, they had their interaction on NXT. Ethan, to me, I think, has kind of run his course. You're not going to have him be an NXT champion at this juncture in time. So you end the feud with Javon, you move him up, you lily pad it, and that could be part of why there was all the alleged releases, what have yous, of that we're making room for NXT talent to make that jump. Yes, Garrett Cole, is that with Tommy John's? Yes, I know. Yes, I know. Sad days. Sad days. Why did Kyle join the Undisputed Kingdom? Because Adam Cole and Roderick Strong? Because friendship? That would be my best explanation, Luana, but I got you. Javon for the win. Ethan has won, 3 of these? Tara, you got to explain a little bit more with that. I'm not sure fully. It might be the vitamins or what have you, but I'm not picking up what you're putting down, my guy. Yes, Garrett Cole, Tommy John's, 100%, and we've still got John Carlos recovering, etc. It's going to be it's always interesting to be a Yankees fan of. I've chosen the Yankees that are the team that's always supposed to be great, but lately ain't, and I got the Bills team that lately is supposed to be great, but still kind of ain't. As I'm getting a whole hype up for NYC. As they're hyping up how they were in MSG. Lennox, what up, my guy? What up? 3-0. Both of them need move up. I don't think Javon needs to move up right now. Javon, you will still end up seeing him tied with Trick. If they had that little whole big interaction, that back and forth, to where Trick might be going, tinging on that heel turn, depending on how the Ethan or the Eddie Thorpe match goes. So we'll see. We'll see. Javon, he's still got some growing and everything. That's probably the best straight cutaway that they've done from the NXT entrance to the actual wrestler, with going with Ethan Page there as he takes off the track jacket. But yeah, we're underway, folks. We're about to be underway with Ethan Page versus Javon. So let me know who you're taking, I think it's Javon. I think it's Javon wins this, and you send Ethan on up. Javon for the win. Ethan dressed for a street fight. Yeah, as should. Well, and so is Javon. Then again, that seems to be a bit of his normal attire. But he's got the hands taped up and all that. Astros 2025 world champs. No trash cans allowed. No mics, no trash cans. Yeah, I will forever, for the longest time, not like the Houston Astros. They are right up there with the Boston Red Sox for teams I dislike and teams I hate. I feel after all of that and how much we would be in the conference championship and lose to them. It's a bit how, as a Bills fan, I hate the Chiefs. Yeah, same vein. Only thing is announced for Dynamite tomorrow is MJF and Kenny Omega segments. Well, they're going to see who's still healthy, who can be there. Where the new group at? That's an actual really valid question, Bonkers. It's been a hot minute and maybe they show up tonight at some point, but that's a big question that they've been almost gone for what it feels like almost 2 weeks now. So surprising that they really made a big impact and then walked away from it. That's not how you get things over. As I got picture of Julia warming up in the the stairwell. Do they not have locker rooms? Vikings fix their trenches a little more, tweaking. Yeah. It's 4 NXT guys. What? Oh, Javon misses with the chair. Momo left Revolution in crutches on Sunday. Yes, I did hear that as Javon in the ring steps. But yeah, a lot of people leaving Revolution not seriously hurt, but very much banged up. So we'll see. Javon, heal up quick. I wish I could heal like that. Yeah, man's got that healing potion up there. Where'd you get that picante sauce? What? What are we talking about? Picante sauce? As Ethan Page now throwing in all the chairs. He's going to buddy up with Sean Spears. Julia, wait, I'll help you. Pause, Chris, pause. Christopher, well, speaking of Chris, Sam Darnold, 3 years, $105 million with the Seahawks. Yeah, I saw that, and it's very weird to me. You traded Gino, who's had multiple, at least consistent, slightly above average years and everything. You traded him away to end up signing a guy for, I almost want to feel what you would have signed or re-signed Gino at, would have extended him at, for a guy who had one good season and every other season has been chasing shadows of, hey, really, you're buying that much off of one season. That could be such a fluke, and I hope for, as Ethan almost eats the fucking chair in the corner here. Now he does, as Javon just stomps his head into it. I hope the Seahawks really don't regret that decision, but I worry that they will. Hurricane Rana, as Ethan just doesn't hit him with the head, but he flips through the chair that was set up in the center of the ring here. Two down. Slightly above my ass. NBB, you're just out there because the Raiders got Geno, so you think you got the next coming of King Lamar Jackson or something. Geno is the best game manager currently in the NFL. He is not a superstar quarterback. He is good. And that thing about it, he also had DK that he was throwing to, which all respect to DK, randomly decides he wants to go to Pittsburgh. But we're not talking about the NFL. If you want to talk about all the free agencies and everything like that, then you need to become a member, and we'll talk about it on the Bacon Club 100%. The next members only stream, we can go all hockey free agency or hockey, trade deadline, NFL free agency is so we got a table set up in the corner.
Did someone say hockey?
Yeah, did someone say hockey?
Yo,
Man, Hurts fucking came a running.
Geno Smith sucks.
No, he was my backup in fantasy. So,
and how'd that turn out for you?
Yeah, shut up. Well, I was second still again. I won last year and was second this year.
Who won?
Yeah, fair enough. You won 50% of the time. I've been in the finals both times. I'm Kansas City.
It was just revenge for the first year.
Yeah, because I took you out in the first round of the playoffs.
I think it was the semis, but whatever. Matt Catlett, exactly.
The playoffs.
That's insane money, though. 3 years, $100 million. Where KJ? Why?
Yeah, but that's what you get with the NFL deals and everything. Like 30 mil for 3 years is like a smaller deal.
It's insane.
Javon standing on the bridge of chairs. Oh, what in the good Lord are we about to have?
You keep reminding me about this, Chris. The Wild are having a good year. I like the Wild, so I'm not even mad about it. But the Leafs are doing hanging on by a thread.
Oh, we're about to get like a super.
As
Javon just gets yanked through both the chairs. He who sets it up shall go through it.
Facts. Those. Nick, this night will not stop. It is so hard to take a breath, catch it, talk about other things, because NXT has been nothing but foot on pedal since go.
All gas, no brakes with it. And that's, though, this is going to be really interesting. And I'm sure people are going to spin a narrative and spin a yarn. But NXT this week versus Dynamite tomorrow night, going to be very interesting.
Well, here's the thing, and we've done this game before, Nick, is let's put everything that you and I have analyzed aside. For the majority of feedback on that pay-per-view, it was great. Great pay-per-view, might not like all of it, but a big chunk of that pay-per-view killed. The job of the booker is make Wednesday exciting. Get us excited. I mean, you're not that far from Dynasty. Dynasty's the first weekend of April. We're coming up to Dynasty. Swerve's going to fight for that belt in St. Louis. The job is now make Wednesday exciting. And that's it. I mean, that's what we're hoping for.
I don't think they will. I don't have faith because I feel like I would have had a few more things announced leading into Dynamite and everything coming out of that. I think we're making sure who's salvageable, who can go.
I'm a little concerned about Ospreay, and I know we saw the clips and stuff. He seemed to come down hard and on his hip. It was just the hip's never fun to land on. But again, I hope everyone's healthy. I hope everyone's ready to go. It will be very interesting going into tomorrow. Who is still good to go?
Yeah.
Oh my God! Look at this!
You got it. I'm in commercial.
Okay, so Ethan Page sets up a table between the announce table and the apron, but gets hit in the face with a garbage can.
So he has the ladder bridge spot, but with a table?
Yes.
Okay.
For all fun, always all fun. Let the chirps come. That's what we do around here.
Absolutely. Christ, how much crow have we both had to eat from both of our favorite teams? Coming up a wee bit short.
Right. Well, I mean, yeah, it's an annual tradition around here to be sad about the Leafs and the Bills.
Yeah, now it's becoming a Yankees too.
Don't worry, I'm 2 months away from mine. So, official next week, Ricky Saints and Ridge Holland. Damian, I think that's good. I think it's great. Ricky wants to get in the ring, get some action. Ridge is a nice upper middle card guy to kind of break him in and have a good match with. and we'll see where it goes. You need to get Ricky in the ring. You got to get Ricky on TV. You got to get Ricky some screen time. So I think this is a nice place to start. You know, a good battle.
You go build up Ricky, have him go Penta route to an extent, and have him go through some challenges, go through some obstacles before you jump him up to the top.
No, because I think, like, I mean, yes, because I mean, yes and no. I think a little bit of a faster track than Penta, perhaps, especially because the NXT men's division, we've joked about it. You know, it was a little bit weak sauce. The women were running the show. Ricky, you know, say he beats Ridge, moves on from Ridge, and then can kind of, you know, he's getting closer. Maybe Ethan Page. They kind of teased Saints Page. I would be all for that rivalry. Mike, Ring, all of that should work.
I agree with you. I worry you can only go to that well so many times because, like, Ridge versus Ricky, Ricky's the bigger draw, the bigger attraction. That's what you tune in for.
Yeah.
If come week 2, week 3, week 4, it's like it's, you know, Ricky versus Lexis King, we're losing steam versus gaining traction.
Well, I mean, yeah, and I think a good win over Ridge will get, you know, again, it keeps the ball rolling, makes him look good, hopefully. And then again, he continues to climb. The problem is you can't run him at Oba. What do you do? That's a roadblock.
Oh, yeah. Well, literally and figuratively. Speaking of roadblock, we're back in action. I got Ethan Page with a big elbow.
And I will say this real quick, and I did call someone out online for this today. Wow. Release Razor's Edge.
Right. 1, 2, dose.
You know, this idea that, you know, I need to let everyone know. And if you can hear me and you are like a diehard in any direction, like I only watch this or I only watch that, Penta is just fine. And the idea that people are so desperate to find negatives, this is the thing that blows my mind. Going out of your way to find negativity. Penta has come in overwhelmingly good response, good matches. If Penta does a main event match, it doesn't mean they're relegating him. It doesn't mean he's a loser. He's going to work house shows. John Cena's going to work house shows. It happens. Like, people are so desperate to shit on things that they can't help themselves. They're like Vince McMahon at an office party. It's ridiculous.
I had you, and I was going to say something until you followed it up with that, and I don't know how to follow it up with that outside of just Brock Lesnar. But yeah, 100% of they're integrating this man into their audience fully with that. And again, it's just to me, it's the way that this fucking society has kind of gone. Of it's more entertaining and it gets more traction. Big negative.
Big kick on the chair, Page down.
Right. But yeah, you're not as cool. You don't get as many clicks, as many likes if you say how good shit is. You get a lot more traction if you just shit on everything. So, cut it through the table that you talked about that was set up outside. Up over the ropes and hit a big cutter. Slam! Da 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 da. Let the boys be boys. Slam!
Let's go. Corey Williams on the good vitamins tonight. What the fuck are you talking about?
What is a damn shame that TKO spent so much money using solid holograms and CGI to make the tarps look like actual fans. I think he was taking the piss. Yeah, a little bit. Well, I don't know which one was more tongue in cheek.
It's got to be tongue in cheek. Cutter. He's bouncy. He definitely is bouncy.
Bouncy, all
that. The poll was still up and I voted. Oh, yeah, 50%.
50%. Yo!
What the fudge?
Tope con holy shitto. As Javon Evans just spikes his cranium through the chest of Ethan Page up over the fucking announce desk. That somehow has been rebuilt. I thought it already exploded.
Holy shit. Yeah, they got a new table.
Extra bungees.
They got fucking IKEA on speed dial. New table right there.
Yeah, but I'm out here. I need the Bills to have this man on speed dial to have him that play secondary. Right. He's out there. He'd be out there tipping every pass.
Oh!
1, 2, dos, amigos.
Oh. And this match is burning. Coming off already 3 great matches tonight. We have a fourth.
Third, the fourth, the fifth, the sixth, the seventh, eighth. What? First Instinct, good evening.
Good evening. Are you surprised that the majority of the chat took Javon? A slight majority, not a huge majority, but a majority.
No, because there's still very much the potential. Just to end the feud, Javon gets his win. He's taking the L's as he's about to Pillmanize Ethan Page as he ducks.
Sabu!
The Sabu spot. He didn't play Ring Around the Horsey with him, but yeah.
Oh.
RKO! It's amazing how he can hit it so well, except when he's facing Randy.
Right?
He's about to game.
Cody Cutter, amazing.
Can he walk? Is he alive? Can he breathe? 1, 2,
Javon with the win! Javon was having heat.
As I was saying, Javon Evans needed this win because Ethan Page may not be long for NXT. And even then, he still needed to get his lick back. He still needed to get that closing win to end this feud and move along.
Javon put on a clinic tonight. Cutter through the chair. This one made me laugh. I thought y'all said Shamo. Shamo!
Sabu!
Over here. Knockout. 4-0. Cutter. Ego.
See, it's because he had the green knee pads on. He was a little bit Buzz Lightyear, so he was going to infinity and beyond with that shit.
Javon Evans shows up and shows out tonight.
Well, lights out. Yeah, because I talked about that.
You're four. Uh-oh.
Everybody there, we were wondering while you were on your pause, it had been brought up of when does this happen? They've been messing. They've been absent.
Yo, that was cool as shit.
It's the fucking Shield.
Retribution.
Me as they're circling.
Oh, wait, the first guy just ate shit. And the lights blinking the whole time. Shield 2.0.
Right.
Oh,
taking out Javon.
It's Diet Retribution.
Instead of the Shield powerbomb, they have the toss powerbomb.
The toss is ridiculous.
Yeah, your mask is down. Why are you pulling it back up to hide your shit?
The mask thing is driving you nuts. I love it.
It is. Some double-sided tape will fix that shit, motherfucker.
They're moving, man.
Fix it.
Have you ever tried to put tape on a sweaty surface?
I don't care. Have I ever sat there and had my mask come down to hide my identity and then sit there and look like a dumbass to pull it back up?
I don't think they're really trying to hide their identity at this point. It's
so then what's the fucking point of the mask then?
It's their gimmick. It's part of their style. So when they're done doing the whoop ass, they put the mask back up.
Well, then don't pull it back up. You look like a fucking jabroni pulling it back up. Embrace that shit. It flipped. Embrace that shit.
Like,
get over it, Nick. How are you, MDB?
I don't get it.
I'm loud, I'm proud, and I'm going to be mad about masks.
AB, again, just like I feel like AB, I appreciate you, but I just feel like we're like, I didn't even notice the music. I don't know if that's their entrance. It was just random music. Yeah, okay. It sucks, I guess. Fake Shield. I called them Retribution.
It's a Shield vibe. It is a Retribution vibe. I still don't get the message.
Nobody does. They haven't had a message. They haven't delivered a message. So for me, it's a wait and see. Right now, all right.
Yes, MDB, 100%. If your hoodie slips off your head, don't pull it back over your head. It ruins the gimmick, especially if you're on fucking camera. Just embrace that shit. It's real. It's raw. It's authentic. Just roll with it, baby.
Like they're all wearing this skull mask thing. When they come out, you see the skull mask. Then they do some shit.
Listen, I haven't had a lot to gripe about. Let me gripe.
Like, we need to bring Wendy Chu back just to upset you on real things.
No, because I'm going to be on fucking blood thinners and shit like that at this point.
As I don't believe we have much left in this show.
No, we've got the main event, and that's left. We got a half hour. We got the main event.
That's it.
So smoke them if you got them. So anybody that might need to smoke them, go get them.
Absolutely. As
their gimmick is they can't keep their mask on at this point.
That's the gimmick, yeah.
Embrace that shit. You already in exposed you, and it's like the third time your mask has slipped. Fuck it. Just roll with it.
Yeah.
We eventually knew who Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins, and Roman Reigns were. Embrace that shit.
Yeah, I don't think they're trying to like, oh shit, they know who we are. I don't think that's the case.
Then why pull it back up?
Because it's their
look. You look like a fucking goof.
Wait, like, but again, like MDB said, like, dude, if I roll my sleeves up and they slide down, I push them back up. Like, I don't get the problem.
That is not the same. That is not the same. You wear a mask to hide your identity in a faction and everything. To be right. So then why the fuck are the masks?
Because it's their look.
They're out there. You're just big on the shooter sleeves and everything. I see how it is.
They got the
this man, anytime he's playing that pickup basketball, he's got shooter sleeves. He's dressed like AI.
When they pose for the picture, they all put their mask back on. Oh, we got to smile for the camera. But at the end of the day, I don't get what they're not going to stay on unless you wear a full mask. That bottom piece is not going to not move.
Really? Because half the faction can do it. The other half, the same two, have had it fall every time.
Right? Like, I don't...
Grow some facial hair. I don't know. Make it stick.
Right? Glue that shit down, says Nick.
Right. Staple gun that bitch.
As we go to Brooks.
We're torn. Oh, Brooks.
He saw promise in me. The Spears cult.
I for half a second thought he said prophecy, so I'm glad you clarified that he said promise in me, because I thought we were really getting into the biblics.
Nico Vance, I like this. I like the tone of what they're doing with this group. The cult of Spears is upon us.
Cult of Mohawk.
Vancouver for the win. Vancouver for the win. Miss Parker might attack the winner. That'll be interesting. Nick's right on this one. Keyshawn giving you some love. I voted no.
Yeah.
Wendy is evolve. Well, she's working on evolving. Julia by DQ. Interesting. It's literally the same thing. Split chat.
Yeah, was out there saying, "Gotta love the rain and hills that Nick chooses to die on." Yeah,
one of those things that, like, if you didn't point it out, I wouldn't even notice it happened. I wouldn't have. It just didn't register for me at all.
I will find the hills that no one talks of, and choose to go fucking William Wallace.
Yeah, if you run into
take our mask, but you'll never take our opinion.
I mean, if you run into, unless you're Nick Gage and you're wearing a bandana over your face and it falls down during a robbery, you pull it back up. Oh shit!
No, that's essentially when you do that,
right? The one time the guy didn't wear a mask or didn't wear a bandana on his face.
He just sat there and did MFK all fucking day into the camera and everything.
As we got Eddie Thorpe, Dakota Kai's main squeeze.
Yeah, a lot of people sad about that coming really public today.
Right. The culling. So they're calling them the culling.
Who said that? I've heard the story of that. I haven't heard anything confirmed.
I don't know. Richard said it. I don't know if they just...
Yeah, fact check it.
Okay, yeah, okay, there you go. So a couple people bringing it up.
Well, question mark. So again, unbeknownst, undecided.
What is a culling?
You clear the table of everything. You know, essentially, a culling is like you take everything off the board. You take all your crops out. It's scorched earth is the best equivalent.
The crowd,
and we're culling.
Whoop that trick! This lady in the front row. Oh, wait a minute! Trick!
He's whooping that trick.
Culling, reduction of a wild animal population by selective slaughter. The action of sending an inferior or surplus farm animal to be slaughtered. Okay, now we know.
That sounds deep as shit. My vitamin ass was not ready to hear that. Well, that sounds like some Uncle Howdy vibe more than anything.
Well, it's definitely culty. Never mind culling.
Yeah.
So they are setting up this underground match for next week. But Trick and Eddie, Trick standing tall right now, which might be bad news for next week.
But it's still great that coming out of this, so next week we've got Ricky Saints versus Ridge Holland. We've got Trick Williams versus Eddie Thorpe in an NXT Underground match.
Yeah.
We've got a 6-person mixed tag match of the Cult of Spears versus the Family here. So already we're setting up NXT next week to be fucking huge as well.
Right.
This guy's vest looks like the
look, next week. Sol Ruka for the U.S. title. Let's go.
Does she surf her way to a championship?
Let's go. Surfing USA. Absolutely appalled with WWE NXT for scheduling a United States Championship match without my approval. Chelsea not happy.
I'm glad that they put who wrote that tweet, because I felt like that could have been somebody else that is a high standing official in our country that could have wrote that tweet.
But here comes Julia. Here comes Steph. We go to commercial. Get your votes in. Who you taking? Are you taking Stephanie or Julia? And again, if the stories are true, I'd understand what's happening here, but this is a very interesting situation. 2 of your top women are about to lay it all out in about 3 minutes.
Oh, 100%. You're at least giving them roughly 20 minutes or so, if not longer. This is going to be up there with, could this end up being match of the year candidate-ish, at least match of the week? Especially women's match of how does this compare to, say, Mariah May, Toni Storm, I'm a fucking pit fighting, broken glass on taped hands punching.
I don't know. Again, I think I'm a little hesitant because, and I could be wrong, but if the stories are true that Julia is a little banged up, it might be a little harder to get there, like to that level. But I mean, they got a lot of time to cook here, so I'm anticipating hopefully this is something very memorable.
Right. Just Joe, Ricky Saints versus Walmart, Brock Lesnar. No one's ever called Ridge Holland that, ever.
He has now.
I have a Zuccarello Rangers jersey. There you go.
Ooh. Talk about shitting the bed. The New York Rangers.
I can't even talk about it. But you got beef with the Rangers now?
They just shit the sheets. I don't know what to tell you.
Fair
I don't even have that beef with them. They're struggling.
You all know Sol Ruka and Matt Riddle would have made a great mixed tag. No.
For sure.
Bong rinse, cigarette and a waffle, cigar and a crepe. I see there is no pleasing you.
I like Sol Ruka a lot for a lot of reasons. But I think she got a lot of talent. I think Tyler Bate would have something to say about that, going back to our little guy, tall girl status. But let's go.
I'm going to climb you like a spider monkey. Taipei Deathmatch. Thank you for always reminding me of the one time besides that I saw people dip their hands in a broken glass and punch each other in the face.
Dick Foxer. Tom Poe.
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Yeah. That takes me back to like grade 2. I thought that movie was the shit.
Think Chelsea might be in Europe on that tour next. Well, it depends on the tariffs.
She's gonna get hit in half because she's dual citizen, so
she'll be half booked. DQ, fatal influence, interfere. That's not having a decisive finisher here, decisive winner. As nice as it might seem to save everybody, it's the worst outcome, because if you were going to do that, why book the match?
To an extent, for sure. I get, like if this is just a starting point to sell us to build towards stand and deliver, I don't know. This is the way I would have booked it if that was going to be the case.
No, you have title defenses. You have them in a tag match, something or other. You don't have them face each other, champ versus champ. You build this as the end all be all, and then you have it end on a flat, no decision finish. That might be worse than Moxley, Christian, Cope.
Yeah, it's not the way I would go about it. I'd be very surprised if that's how this pans out.
Right.
But lights out. And here comes Stephanie Vaquer. I've heard a lot of people say Vaquer, like lacquer, but Vaquer.
Yeah, when I was making my cabinets, I put a good Vaquer on them. But yeah, no. I'm going with Vaquer.
I'm with you.
I'm not a prominently Spanish speaking person, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you, and I think my vote is simply because of the rumors. Because I don't get why this match would have been booked unless there's something behind the scenes we're unaware of. So I think this match was only booked for Stephanie to take the belt from Julia to hold it while they work out whatever is going on with Julia. I could be wrong.
Well, and it's a big testament to how much Stephanie's really risen.
Oh, yeah.
Second she hit the ground fucking running. Like, even when she showed up there and had the match, what was it, versus Mercedes in AEW, and everyone's like, somebody needs to fucking sign her. Somebody needs to do it right now.
Stephanie's been outstanding. Even watching her on Busted Open, she's got a great personality. She is a star in the making, and endeared herself to a lot of people. Where she said, this isn't about the money for me. This is about my career. This is about my happiness. But here comes the beautiful madness.
Yeah, she's got madness going on. She looks like fucking Shredder.
Love it. Oh, wait, Nick gonna be mad at the face mask again. It's face.
No, I'm not mad at all face apparatuses, just like I'm not mad at all titles. I'm not mad at all spooky gimmicks. I'm mad at shit ones.
Let's go. The beautiful madness. Fallon did say, where's my rematch? Yeah, I think it would kind of suck if they fucked this match up, though.
Yeah, because again,
maybe
it's already interesting that they having this match because both women feel like just kind of won the belts.
Well, again, maybe what we heard tonight about my rematch, Fallon goes for her rematch for both belts, and that is pretty cool.
Nick hates Halloween and stuff. No, if you had any idea of how Halloween is around my place, no, that is the furthest thing from the fucking truth.
Now you're just offending the man, MDB. Come on now.
No. Both women just staring each other down. As Stephanie out here with the golden horns. Is that what we're going to just call them? The horns?
Yeah, those are definitely horns.
Yeah, well, I didn't know if we needed to give them a different name.
She's too good, bro. I'm a big fan.
Is it a wealth of riches in NXT if it's almost like you have too much talent and not enough main event top spots to go around a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, again, that would beg the question of, like, you'd want two viable divisions because you have so much talent. So this, putting the belts together is an interesting take.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Gaunt's is Jordynne Grace probably the next challenger? She would be maybe your stand and deliver for both belts.
Yeah, I kind of had her penciled in for stand and deliver for a long time now, for obvious reasons. And I'd imagine after a big win against Roxy, she will be one of the people that step forward for that title shot.
Yeah, but you almost felt like it would have probably, or at least for me, would have been just for one title, not for both. Like, do we bring them together to split them apart again?
Well, I don't know, right? I don't know what the plan is moving forward with this.
As we are on our way. So, folks, let us know who you're taking, whether you're taking Julia, whether you're taking Stephanie Vaquer. I think we both decided on Stephanie. if the rumors are true of if the reason that this match is why this match, it would make the most sense. But I will not be surprised if Julia wins.
Ooh, big forearm by Julia. 31% for Julia, 56% for Stephanie. Nobody walking in with 13%. So Stephanie, a decent favorite here from the crowd.
Yeah. And it's again, it feels like if you weren't going to do a change, why do the match? Excuse me.
Yeah, again, it's very interesting. This one has a different feel for it, a different vibe because we're not sure how this is going to play.
Is that a Sonic level?
Yeah, it might be. Hardy's retain. Yes, they did. 5-star match. Got you. Boston comes back to defeat Panthers. Oof. Good. I don't like the Panthers.
You don't like anybody.
I definitely don't like Boston, but they're done for the year, and Panthers need to be slowing down. So there we go.
Well, speaking of slowing down, I got a knee bar rolling through with Stephanie and Julia as we're almost rolling out of the ring here with this.
Roll into the rope.
Yeah. Do. There could only be one Highlander reference.
I like it.
Julia's shoulder is hurt or something elbow.
Okay.
How so? Where? How? Why?
Is that the rumor that's out there that it's a shoulder injury that she's been nursing?
I have not, but okay. So Sean Spears' group has been the one that's now being called the Culling.
Yes, that's what we were talking about.
I didn't know.
Oh, I thought, yeah, Sean, they said that. They came out and the chat kind of added to it. So, yes, the cult of Spears is the Cullen.
Fair enough. Yeah. Well, I need, I guess, a culling from the stuff in my brain that's stuck together with vitamins and resin. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Ghoul 06. Hey, shut up, Mrs. Geekbox. What up? What up?
Hey, ghouls.
Stephanie wins, vacates North American title, and Jordynne wins it at Stand and Deliver.
Could be. I mean, that's an interesting take. As we are going into a commercial, I don't know if you're getting picture-in-picture or a full commercial.
Picture-in-picture. Do you like, though, the idea of somebody wins the title and like title for title match, wins both titles, and then instantly vacates the lesser one?
I don't love it. I mean, again, if we're going to have this match, there's got to be a more viable way to get out of that, right?
Yeah, well, it gets back to me of a little, why book the match? Like, just have her lose the belt or whatever the fuck, and then get to the world title match. Don't do the title for title match, because now you've completely diminished that title. Of if you have someone that now wins the world title and just, I don't need this trinket, and just dishes it off, the belt loses like 10 HP there. It feels less than a bit.
Well, it is less than, though. That's the point. Like, I don't think.
Yeah, but it feels extra less than.
No, I don't think so. I mean, again, if you're the world champion, but it does defeat the purpose of having the match without the argument of, I mean, if your North American champion wins the world title and says, well, now that I have this, I don't need this, I'm okay with that.
But you built the whole match around winning both belts. If it was the only way I would fix it, what I would do, be the preferable decision, is you're going to cash that in as a shot at the world title. We've talked about that before.
Oh, big forearm.
Because if you're going to have her vacated either way, use it as the tool to get to the match versus just an extra thing in the match.
As a booker, you might want to vacate the North American title and have a ladder match for it, opposed to vacating the world title. It's called trading up, Nick. Right? I mean, again, I don't know that would be the greatest of ways, but at the same time, if Stephanie wins this tonight, comes out next week and says, you know, to Ava, I don't. Oh, Julia slides through as we were going to get the cheeky press.
Well,
And Julia laughing because she gets heckled for not allowing the move. I love it.
But to me, it's one of those of vacating it right afterwards and having it being the focal point of the match. To me, is the issue with it.
What?
You were talking about with the NXT Women's North American.
We moved on. That's like
okay. Yep, that's literally what you were talking about before the finish of that match. Okay, cool, dude.
Yeah, I don't know what you want to do. Like, I mean, ultimately, we don't even know. Like, we're surmising. Cool, and again, the idea that Stephanie might trade up and say, "I don't need the North American title because I now have this one." I know your fear is that it's going to be less than, but it is less than.
Right. And I think it takes a bigger hit. And that's what I was talking about right before you started to call the finish and everything. But you do you, boo-boo.
Oh, but at the end of the day, I think that it's a mid-card title. What is it going to be less than a mid-card title if that happens?
No, I'm not. Anyways, all right. I wasn't saying it was going to be less than a mid-card title. I think you diminished the mid-card title with doing it that way versus what we were talking about. But you already said we talked about this point. So that's why I was trying to move along. Right, so then move along.
We're trying. Big knees. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. And the crowd is with every single one. Stephanie brushed her off. The crowd goes wild. Stephanie, definitely, Julia, no, a little bit. What are they chanting? I thought they were chanting Booker T.
They're looking at the entrance ramp.
Biggest women's match in NXT history. I like it. Oh, Julia cutting her off at the pass.
Oh. We got to.
Oh, that shoulder looks just fine.
The super butterfly suplex there. Not your standard superplex. The double underhook there.
Oh, they're talking about Vicare's shoulder. This is awesome. Chance breakout.
Cyro suplex. Oh. Pump handle. Pump handle. Whirly bird fucking power slam there from Julian to Stephanie for a 2 count.
Absolutely. Hell of a match so far, folks. Scoop. Only 4 minutes left. Yeah, we got about 4 minutes on the clock. They were chanting Booker T. That's hilarious.
Do we get an overrun and they just don't announce it, unlike other companies?
Yeah, I mean, NXT's been notorious. I mean, it's changed in CW a little bit, but they generally have had a little bit of an overrun at times. So,
so it being on CW thing feels a little interesting because if it was Peacock, they could go an extra 15 minutes or so. I feel like the CW thing, they might be hard pressed at the hour mark.
They might be, but 2 count. Let's go, Maddie.
Stephanie right now in control here. Oh, corkscrew. Oh,
into the triangle.
Rings of Saturn.
Love it. One of my favorite moves ever.
Underused, underrated move. I think Perry, Saturn, and Pac are the only people I've seen really use that move.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, super good.
Oh, foot on the rope, foot on the rope. Oh, Stephanie with a roll through 1-2.
Arrivederci.
1, 2, dos. Oh, that wasn't super clean. Oh, kick to the midsection. Super kick.
Backbreaker. Didn't get all of it, says Booker. Oh,
again. 1, 2, 3.
Women's world champion, folks. Stephanie takes out Julia. 2 belts for Steph. Let's go.
Champ.
Let's go. Facts.
Now,
big win.
You mentioned the shoulder and everything. Is it a thing that it's a bit of a backbreaker? It's a little bit of a shoulder breaker if Stephanie hits that move not once but twice back to back, and that's what puts Julia away.
Not really, because they didn't really speak about it, right? Like they mentioned Stephanie's shoulder. There was no discussion about Julia being injured. So I think she was just had to hit her finisher a couple extra times to get rid of the current women's champion. 1, 2, 3.
Do you use it as the selling point after the fact, though? If that's what
maybe
it was so devastating that it dislocated it, what have you?
Yep. Absolutely. Let's go. And new rematch. There will be one.
Yeah, it's called Stand and Deliver or Post Status. We got all the confetti.
Confetti. Dude,
that's got to be the last time you saw a double champ since Keith Lee when he was NXT World Champ and NXT North American Champ.
Yeah.
And that got spoiled.
But Stephanie Vacour, Julia is emotional. The confetti rains down. The credits are rolling, but we got a new queen of NXT. Unreal.
Absolutely.
And Stephanie over as shit.
Right.
But this goes to show title changes constantly. You have to tune into these shows because things are happening. New people, old people returning, and belts are changing hands. Hold on tight. But that is the show, folks. Get in the chat. Let us know what you liked, what you didn't like. We'll take a rating out of 10, as we always do. So get in there. How did you feel about it?
Pro wrestling at this point is can't miss.
No.
We're on the road to WrestleMania, and for the most part, we're void of pay-per-views on this road. So we're going to have big moments on weekly shows. So it's can't miss.
Absolutely, as it should be, as we have gone off the air. But that's the way the shows used to be. And then we got in this pattern. And you see fans still stuck. Like the fans are so conditioned to get away from them conditioning. They get upset. Well, why would they do this on a regular show? Shut up and take it. Shut up and enjoy it. Like we're getting stuff that we were so in the mindset of shitty show, pay-per-view. Everything happens at the pay-per-view. Not anymore. And that's the way it should be.
But you also had nothing left that I felt like the cupboards were a little bit barer a bit at that time or was at least booked that way to where you didn't have enough that could really we can get CM Punk versus Seth twice now on a Monday Night Raw. No pay-per-views yet for that match. And still there's enough there. There's enough meat on that bone that we can still be eating. That's would be my only thing is that at that time where it's like, why are they doing this on a weekly TV? Because they didn't have enough that they could fill a pay-per-view and still have stuff for weekly TV. Like we had everything for Roadblock. And we're like, well, they still got Reggae Saints. They still got this. And that's all coming next week.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely the cup runneth over in a lot of ways. So
right.
I definitely get that. But again, it was to, the big change was when they were no longer fighting for TV ratings. there was no reason to force people to tune in. They wanted people to pay for pay-per-views. They wanted to make people sign up for Peacock. But now we want to be the best wrestling in the world, and that's what we do. Tonight, what a night tonight. I don't know what I'm going to score it yet. I see your ratings rolling in, but what a night from start to finish. Exhausting. It was paced.
Well, it was just breakneck. It was literally I think we each got a pause and we're both like, this is the one we get. So make the most of it here. Because that was literally, you don't want to step away of all the way from what started it off with a tag team match, holla, 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 all the way through the women's main event. Oba versus Moose, to me, might actually be match of the night if I had to really make a choice. Yeah. I think we kind of all predicted that. I think I threw something out there to be a little bit different. But overall, now that I've seen everything, Oba versus Moose is match of the night to me.
Yeah, I mean, I think that Javon and Ethan kind of gave him a run for the money. I think the women's main event was extremely well. I thought the tag match was awesome. Jordynne Roxanne was good. But yeah, I think just the whole vibe, the feel of that Moose Oba match was outstanding. It was perfectly done. Really good match. I'm really hoping that I hope there's more to this.
Oh yeah, and they didn't have anything by head, shoulders, knees, or toes over anybody else there, because going all the way from the first match with the tag match to the women's match, delivered 100%. Again, this was pay-per-view level quality that you just got to watch on CW.
Absolutely. I mean, and that's the bonus. Like, I know fans, even we talked about last night's Raw, underachieved. It didn't deliver what we were hoping to. But I do think that there's a big part of the fan base. Like, we're really spoiled. And it's like every show's got to be a 10 or it's garbage. And I don't think that's accurate. Last night was not a great Raw. Tonight was an amazing NXT. And hopefully tomorrow is a phenomenal Dynamite.
Yeah, well, it's never been that way, I feel, when it comes to the road to WrestleMania, and especially when theoretically we still have over a month away from WrestleMania. So we've still got plenty of time on this road here. But no, NXT Roadblock was more of a speed bump than anything, because that fucker cooked. That was going a mile a minute. That was going over the speed limit for sure.
Yeah, it was really a nice way to break up the distance between Vengeance Day and Stand and Deliver. It's a really nice, middle point. So I think we're good with it. 0 to 10, no Trish. 9. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with the first group of guys here. 9, 10, great card. I'm going to go 9. I think spot on 9 for a 2-hour show. I got sweat on my forehead. I'm tired. I've been yelling for 2 hours. That's a 9. That's as close to perfect as you can get. But yeah, I'll give it a 9.
Yeah, I'm really I was halfway trying to in my head as you were saying that, trying to make a case for 8.5, but it's right there. It's really right there.
Right.
Not a perfect show, but really goddamn close. That's one of those of so far right now. If you got to go back and watch wrestling, really go back and watch Revolution and go back and watch Roadblock. That's what you need to do right now, because this show from top to bottom getting cooked, of literally from the start of it with the Hardy Boys versus Axiom and Fraser, and it's crazy. It feels like that match, it is 2 days old now, because we've sat there and had everything else great happen on this show, but it's getting cooked all the way through this show.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Daryl giving it an 8, 9 from the Wrestling God. Wow, what a show. Dun, dun, dun. Oba versus Moose is my match of the night. Yeah, I think a lot of us feel that way. 9 out of 10. I still don't agree title for title. You can talk to Nick about it. Evolve tomorrow. Yeah, I mean, people are trying to get behind Evolve. We'll see. But you couldn't pay me to watch Revolution again. I'd watch chunks of it. I'd rewatch Osprey Fletcher. That was fun. But there's parts of it I will never watch again, and I'm mad that I watched it the first time.
Well, like I said, to me, out of a 10-match main show card, there was 3 matches that I won't watch ever again.
Right.
I don't need to waste my time. And then there were 7 matches that I think we'll be debating even amongst ourselves of match of the year when it comes down to that time. I think that show will still be brought up about match or show of the year and everything. So yeah.
Well, again, that's going to be the hardest thing about going through 12 months this year. If this is how the first 3 months of 2025 are, we haven't even got to WrestleMania yet. We still have All In and Double and Nothing, Slammiversary. We got so much coming this way. SummerSlam, like, dude, I don't know how we're going to. There's gonna be like 17 nominees for every category. Like,
we're just gonna say if you won in the mid year, you can't win in the post, like the end of the year type of shit.
Yeah, no, again, as wrestling fans, and this is why we started the WFU. For those who don't know, is because there is a lot to be happy about. There's a lot to be excited about. There's a lot to cheer for. If you're not tuning in just to find the small flaws, then I don't get it. Like, there's so much good. Not everything's going to be perfect. The same thing with your favorite shows, your favorite movies, your favorite music. Every band lays a dud on a track. It happens. But again, the hate watching of wrestling blows our mind. So that's why we are what we are, because we're spoiled. This has been great shit.
Yeah, I'm starting to get nervous about saying everything stacked, but it is at this point. I feel like I've overused that term.
Yeah, this is becoming one of those terms like aura.
Yeah, it's aura. Well, aura mensa. It's very much, like fumbled, buried. It's getting into that level of terms of like, it's just all good. So I don't know how can I describe a great show besides saying it's stacked? I need a thesaurus, not a dinosaur.
The last thing I'll say about it, Nick, is it's great to say this show is stacked or that show is stacked. But it's the delivering. Tonight delivered. And I'm happy with it. We said last night was stacked, maybe didn't hit the mark. And Richard pointed out, like, last night was like a 6 or a 7. I give it a 6.5, I think, or a 7. But you are going to get that. We're going to run all year long. Some of these shows are going to be duds. So it just happens. But ultimately, as wrestling fans right now, stacks Mahomes. Let's go. A hell of a night for NXT. Whole lot of fun. We are back tomorrow for Dynamite, the fallout from Revolution. We are back on Thursday. We are covering TNA this week. Make sure you show up and help us. Don't start with that bussing stuff, Corey. You know how I feel about it. And then Friday, doubleheader Friday. SmackDown in the afternoon, TNA in the evening. It's a hell of a week to be a wrestling fan, a hell of a time to be a wrestling fan. And we got so much coming your way. Nobody does it like we do, so you might as well hang out with us.
Right. Well, I like this. A phenomenal show from NXT and you guys tonight from Beyond the Bell and bussing. Yeah. I'm just glad to have 3 nights in a row of pro wrestling that makes me feel like I'm a kid when I'm sitting there, eating a Totino's pizza with my N64 with WrestleMania 2000 and everything.
Right.
Of just stacked upon stacked of just awesome wrestling upon awesome wrestling. Again, you got to really be searching for some shit to be a bitter bitch about right now.
Yeah. Penta did a main event match, and let's go. Like, really, that's how far at the bottom of the barrel we are?
He did a main event match, and he's about to do a main event match.
Yeah, let's go.
Just saying.
Great beard.
Go ahead.
My bad. I was just thanking Robert for complimenting the beards.
Yeah, no, absolutely. 100%. I put 0 effort into my beard, and he puts all the effort into his. But our shit is real. Our shit is raw. Our shit is all authentic. When you talk about the rest, you better put that forward live with it.
Come back tomorrow. We got so much coming your way. See you on the flip side. Have a good night.